Osionigad, Galiele Jigado Kohig, Wade Blevins, Dawadon, Kohig, Tall Skojo Ine, Jalagi Adelo Coste, Hia, Jalagi Ina Gine, RSU TV, D Gananu Go Gon. So welcome. This is the 23rd Cherokee lesson here on RSU TV. This is the Cherokee 4 class. So we've been dealing with the messy conjugations, and we've been dealing with those classifying verbs. So if you've done Cherokee 1 through 3, as you obviously know, this class is very, very different in that we're looking a little bit more to grammar aspects and things like that. But today we're going to kind of go back to the old way of doing things. We're still going to deal with classifying verbs today, but what we're going to do today is we're going to do a song. It's a really simple song. It's probably one that you know in English. I remember the song from Looney Tunes when I was a kid. Anyway, we're going to look at this song today, and there are some really good vocabulary words in it. So that's why I wanted to do the song. Then we're going to deal with classifying verbs that deal with solid objects, and we're going to do some sentences. I'll do some in Cherokee, and then at the end I'm going to ask you, we're going to flip that, and I'll give you some English sentences, and I'll see how well you can do at creating the Cherokee for them, okay? So we have quite a bit to do today, but we're going to go slow and get through as much of it as we can. So come. Okay. So here we have what is this? Do you remember? John Tuss. Wadulisi. Wadulisi. Wadulisi is our word for a bee. Now, my understanding is a bee is a bee is a bee. We don't differentiate between like a bumblebee and a honeybee, you know, or any of those kinds of things. So I've never heard different words for, you know, I guess probably you could say like for a bumblebee, you could say uton wadulis, like a big bee, right? Because, or you can even, I don't know, even say, you know, galjohit wadulis, like a fat bee, because they're real, you know, kind of plump, right? So you could do it a lot of different ways to you know, to let people know or let speakers know that you're talking about the bumblebee or a big bee, right? But as near as I can tell, if we ever had words for all the different kinds of bees, most people don't use them anymore. We just have the word wadulisi. And of course, as you know, maybe, or maybe you don't, maybe this is new information, but wadulisi can also refer to honey. So the word wadulisi can either be honey or it can be a bee. So I think that's pretty cool. So let's read through it and let's see if you can figure out what the song is, okay? Okay, let's read through it together. We'll go really slow. So this says, Usti wadulisi jini. Okay, Usti wadulisi jini. Okay, Usti of course, can be small. It can also be a baby, right? Wadulisi, as we know, is a bee. Ni means I am bringing something alive, okay? Ni. I'm bringing something alive. Okay? So, baby bee, I'm bringing it. So can you guess from that first line what song we might be doing? A baby bee, I'm bringing. Okay? So if you guessed I'm bringing home a baby bumblebee, then you would be 100% correct. Okay? So then, of course, in English, you know, the song says, I'm bringing home a baby bumblebee. Won't my mama be so proud of me? I'm bringing home a baby bumblebee. Ouch, he stung me, right? So, of course, to a Cherokee speaker, some of those sentences sound kind of funny. So it's not a word-by-word translation. So it says, Ushti wadulisi ji ni. Okay, the next one says agichi, my mom. Okay, now this word, degelagwotana, gele. Okay, degelagwotana. Gele. Okay, so Giji is my mom. Degelagwotana is means to be proud. So to be proud of me, right? Degelagwotana. Then we would say, hang on just a second. I need to back up for just a second. Okay. All right, there we go. Okay. Yeah. Okay. So, Agichi degelagwotana. Okay. As you know, that tana means to make, right? So it's like degelagwotana is to like make her proud. Okay. So geli, I think. So my mom, to make her proud, I think. Degelagwotana. Okay. Usti wadulisi jini. Ayo. Okay. Agiwajaya. Okay. Agiwajaya means to sting, right? Agiwajaya means to sting. So it means it stung me, okay? So, agiwajaya, agiwajaya means it stung me, okay? So if it stung him, you would say uwajaya. Uwajaya means it stung him, okay? Agiwajaya, it stung me, okay? So uwajaya, agiwajaya, okay? Usti wadulisi jini. Agiji degelagwotana gele. Usti wadulisi jini. Ayo agiwajaya Okay, so that's the first line of the song, right? If you remember the song, you remember there are 3 lines to the song, and this is the first one. So we'll go through and I'll try and sing it to you the best that I can. Remember, we talked about how rhyme and tone and things like that help us remember things. So we're going to have to try to play around with it a little bit to make it not only fit the song, but to also sound correct in Cherokee, right? So the first line is pretty easy. So in English, you say, I'm bringing home a baby bumblebee, right? This one's pretty easy. So we could say, Ushti waduli si ni. So that's fairly simple, right? So then the next one says, won't my mama be so proud of me? Okay, now we're going to have to get kind of creative to make it fit in here. So we can say, Agiji dagulagwotana ageli. Okay? Because in Cherokee, that's how it's going to have to be to make it make sense. So, Agiji dagulagwo. Nope. Agiji dagulagwotana ageli. There it is. So we're going to have to do the daga a little bit faster. La, we're going to hold it out, and then fast again. Okay, Agiji dagulagwotana ageli. Okay, and then the next one says, Ustiwa duli si ni ayo agiwacha, yeah? You don't sing that part, right? You just say agiwacha, yeah? Okay, I remember when I was a kid growing up, you know, that's ayo, that means ouch, right? My grandpa used it all the time. My mom would use it. My granny would use it. You know, I used to use it a lot. So ayo, that means ouch in Cherokee. Oddly enough, it also means ouch in Mandarin. So go figure, right? So let's do it together. We'll try to do the entire thing. So, or we'll try to do just this first verse, right? Okay, Sawu, Tall, Joe. Usti waduli si ni Agiji dagulagwotana ageli Usti waduli si ni ayo agiwaja. Okay, so that's the first line. So then if you remember, the second line says, after you're bringing it, then you say, I'm squishing, right? I'm squishing up the baby bumblebee, right? And then you say, oh, you know, I'm filthy, or it's yucky, right? So let's see how we would deal with that in Cherokee, okay? So in Cherokee, we would probably have to, because again, I asked the speakers, I was like, well, how do you say, you know, like to squish something or to mash something? And you know, they were like, well, you know, you could step on it, you know, but the word like we use to like mash, like if you're mashing corn or you're mashing potatoes or something like that, they were like, well, that doesn't really work in this case. So in the end, and really to step on it doesn't work either, because my understanding, at least the picture in my head in the song, is they're squishing it with their hands, and then their hands get all covered in bee guts, right? So what we came up with it looks almost the same, right, from the one before. The one before says, Usti waduli si ji ni. Okay, this one says, Usti waduli si ji hi. Okay, ji hi. And that means I'm killing it. Okay, if you know any Cherokees, or if you have the last name Teehee, that means he kills them, right? And I'm killing it, Jihi. Okay? So, Usti wadulisi Jihi. I'm killing the baby bumblebee, or the baby bee, right? Agiji degala gotana gele. Okay, my mom, make her proud, I think. Okay? Usti wadulisi jihi. Okay, I'm killing the baby bee. Ugh. Jikadaha. Okay? So we learned the word gada means dirt, right? Gadaha means dirty. If we put G in front of that, that means I'm dirty. Jikadaha, right? Jikadaha. Now, I wondered, and I asked, I was like, well, does it mean only to be dirty, like with dirt? And I think maybe a long time ago it might have been interpreted that way, to be literally covered in dirt. But in today's Cherokee usage, most Cherokees will use this gadaha to be dirty of any kind. I mean, it's whether you spilled food on yourself, you're covered in dirt, covered in oil, just if you're messy, right? If you're not clean, right? So, jikadaha, I'm dirty. You're dirty. Hikadaha, right? Hikadaha. So you can use the same prefixes like we do when we talk about being Cherokee, right? Jijalaki, I'm Cherokee. Hichalaki, you're Cherokee. Achalaki, he or she is Cherokee, right? So you can say, Jikadaha, I'm dirty. Hikadaha, you're dirty. Agadaha, he or she is dirty. Okay? So let's read through it one more time, and then we can sing it. So it says, Usti wadulisi jihi akiji degela gotana gele. Usti wadulisi jihi. Ugh. Chikadaha. Okay? So again, it's not a direct translation, but it gives the same general idea as the song. So we'll try and sing this one, okay? Sawu, Tal, Jong. Usti wadulisi jihi agiji degela gotana geli. Usti wadulisi jihi. Ugh. Jikadaha. Okay? So, I actually quite like this song. It's actually working out pretty good. Sometimes whenever we work on songs and stuff, sometimes it's kind of a stretch and they're not catchy and they don't just kind of roll off the tongue. But this one does. All right, so the last one, in the English version, I think it says I'm wiping off the baby bumblebee, right? And then, because I remember when I was a kid and we did this in grade school, we'd do actions with the songs, and so with the song, and so we'll do that here in a little bit. Okay, we'll do all the actions with it, and the actions also help us remember. So, don't feel silly singing and doing actions and stuff, because it's a way that our brain remembers things. It's hardwired into our DNA. So this one looks a little bit different. So this says, Osta Jina Gala Wadu Li Si. Okay. Osta, good. Jina Gala, I'm cleaning. Wadu Li Si, the bee. Okay. So Jina Gala means I'm cleaning it. Osta means good, but at least my understanding, to the speakers that I spoke to, we had a conversation about this, because if you just put like Jina Galawa Duli, see, it's like I'm cleaning the bee. You're not cleaning the bee off your hands, you're cleaning the bee itself. And so they were like, well, put Osta Jina Galawa Duli, see, and that kind of indicates that you're cleaning the bee off of you. Okay? I don't know why. I can't tell you. It's just one of those weird things. And maybe other speakers might have a different way of doing it, but the speakers that I spoke to, they were like, well, this is how I would do it. And I was like, okay, good enough. So Osta Jina Gala Waduli, see? So I'm cleaning off the bee, right? Meaning I'm cleaning it off my hand, I'm not cleaning the bee itself. Osta Jina Gala Waduli, see? Okay. Akiji Dagala Guotana Gele. I think I would make my mom proud. Osta Jina Gala Waduli, see? I'm cleaning the bee off. Agiji. Oh, wait, I made a change to it. Hodla. There it is. Okay, there we go. Now let's see if it comes up. There we are. Okay. Okay. So in the English version, it says, I'm cleaning off the baby bumblebee. Won't my mama be so proud of me? I'm cleaning off the baby bumblebee. Now my mom won't be mad at me, right? So here we said, Tla yidaji nala stana. Yidaji nala stana. So if you look in there, it's got the word nala, nala, like unala, right? Unala, they're mad, right? They're angry, okay? And then we have this tana, this stana in there, means to make mad, okay? And then G-I, so, and then tla-yi, not. So we're kind of dissecting this word. So tla-yi da-ji-na-la-stana means I don't make her mad, okay? I'm not making him or her angry, okay? Agiji, my mom, okay? This da here means to do it again, or to repeat it, or to, it's kind of a, like daji luki means I'm gonna come back, right? Or I've returned, right? Jiluki means I'm here. Dajiluki means I was here before and I went away, but I came back again, right? So that duh does a lot of different things in a sentence, but just realize here, you know, it needs to be in there to make sense. So let's read through it. Osta jina gala wadulisi agiji degala gele. Osta jina gala wadulisi tla yidaji na lustana agiji. Okay. Okay. Tla yidaji na lustana. Yidaji na lustana. See, I have to say it a few times myself to make it, you know. Yidaji na lustana. Yidaji na lustana. Yeah, that. I think that sounds better. Nidaji na lustana. Agiji. So let's go ahead and sing it. We'll try. We'll try to make it. So, Ostajina gala wadulisi agiji degala gwotana geli. Ostajina gala wadulisi tla yidaji nala stana agiji. Okay, and again, you would just say that part. All right, so that's the whole song. Like I said, I did this song because I don't know about you, but I live out in the country, and we have all kinds of, you know, bees and wasps and hornets and yellow jackets, and you know, and my daughter, she got stung for the first time this year, so she's done pretty well. I used to get stung all the time. Probably because I wouldn't stop messing with them. Could be. So, anyway, let's go ahead and we're going to do the entire song, okay? So, when we carry the baby bumblebee, we're going to carry it in both hands, okay? So, we're going to carry the baby bumblebee during the first verse, and then when we clean off the baby bumblebee from our hands, or when we mash the baby bumblebee, we're going to mash it between our hands, okay? And then when we clean it off, we're going to wipe our hands off, okay? Okay, so those are the three actions. Super easy, right? We'll see if I can get through it. I've never sung it all the way through. So this is a RSU original concert, right? So, you know. So, Didi Nogi, Sawu Tal Jo. Usti waduli si jini agichi degala gotana ageli. Usti waduli sti jini ayo akiwa jehya. Okay, next one. Usti waduli si jihi agichi degala gwotana geli. Usti waduli si jihi. Oh, chikata, huh? Then the next one. Ostaji nagala waduli si agichi degala gotana geli. Ostaji nagala waduli si tla yidaji nalastana agichi. Okay, so that's the whole song. Hopefully that will help you in learning. So we have the verb, we have a classifying verb in there, to carry or to bring, which is jini, means to bring something alive. So that was the main impetus for translating this song in the first place. But then the word ayo, it's not really a word, it's an interjection, but it's very, very common in the Cherokee world. Ayo, ayo means ouch, okay? And akiwacha, it stung me. I think that that is a good one for people to learn. Akiwacha. So my recommendation is out of this song, if you can learn those three terms out of it, and even like chikataha, I'm dirty, that would be a good one. I would think that that one would come in handy from time to time, right? Those are the main song words in there that I think would be beneficial for you to take away from this song. Of course, Akiichi, my mom. We know that one already, but it's a good reinforcer because we haven't really done any family members in a little while. Okay, so now we're going to move on. And we're going to talk about classifying verbs. However, we're only going to talk about solids, okay? And so I've put up some sentences, and we're going to see if we can figure out what they mean, okay? So I have 4 sentences here, okay? I'm going to give you just a few minutes to look through it, to see what you can pronounce yourself and what you can translate on your own. So I'm going to give you just a couple minutes to make your way through it. Do the best you can. If you can't translate every single word, that's okay. A lot of times we can figure out from context what it's talking about. So just take your time, work your way through it. Use a syllabary chart if you need to. You may not need to. So just do your best. And I'm going to give you a little bit of time. Okay. Okay, so let's take the first sentence. Let's read it together slow, okay? It says, we'll sound out the phonetics and then figure out what it's trying to say. So this says, s, ga, ta, okay? This might help you. It's down here. Okay, we don't say s, ga, ta, we say s, ta, ta, okay? Of course, it means apple, okay? U, wa, ni, s, okay? U, wan, s, okay? Ripe. I think we've had this word before, u, wan, s, when something is ripe, okay? Ugisti, ugisti means for him to eat. Ugisti, ugisti. Okay? Udesa, udesa, udesa. So, what do you think udesa might mean? Okay, udesa. We know all the rest of them, and we just have that word udesa, right? Okay, in this case, it would mean to pick, okay? It means to get from a hanging position, okay? So, let me look up. So, yeah, so you're going, it means to remove something that's hanging, okay? Of course, that's to pick from a tree, right? You could also use it if something was hanging on the wall or hanging on a clothesline, you know, as long as the object that we're talking about is a solid object. We couldn't talk about, well, it can actually, this word udesa can be for something solid, or it can be for something flexible. So yeah, you could use it to talk about, you know, clothing on a clothesline, that kind of thing, udesa. Okay, and that's past tense. So he picked it, okay? Or he removed it from a hanging position, right? Udesa. So let's read through it together. Sakta uwansa ugisti udesa. Okay? And that means he or she picked a ripe apple to eat. Okay? Sakta uwansa ugisti udesa. Okay? Udesa. Okay, he picked a ripe apple to eat. Let's double check. Yep. He picked a, or it could be she. It could be either one. We don't really have gender in the third person, so unless they specified, you know, na askai or na age, you know, it could be he or she picked a ripe apple to eat. Okay? So udesa, that's a classifying verb, means to remove a solid or a flexible object from a hanging position. It's hanging, okay, and you're taking it down. So if a coat's on a coat hook, if sheets are on the clothesline, if a piece of fruit is hanging from a tree, okay, all of those things you could use the word udesa, okay? And gade means he's doing it right now. Gade, okay? Gade means doing it right this second. Udesa, did it in the past, okay? Sankta uwansa ugisti udesa. He picked a ripe apple to eat. So if you have a study notebook or anything like that, so I know some of you do that, some of you don't, and that's perfectly fine. Some of you like to keep, you know, a document of some kind, either digitally or plain old pencil and paper. So that udesa, you might want to include. It's a nice word to have in your arsenal. So let's go on to the next. This says skohi, skohi. Okay, skohi. 10. EU tlilod, EU tlilod. Okay, So iutli load means something that's measured, okay? And in this case, it's acres, okay? Iutli load is acres, okay? Gada, we just had a version of this word, gada, land or dirt, okay? In this case, it'd be land, but when we just had gadaha, dirty, right? Gada, dirt, can also mean land. Uha, uha, okay? It's a word we've had before. So, skon iutli load gada uha, okay? 10 acres of land. Uha means he has, right? So he has something that's solid. And of course, land is a solid thing. It's not flexible. It's not long and rigid, you know. So it would take that solid classifier. Skohi iutli load gada uha. Okay, he has 10 acres of land. Or she, again, could be she just as easily as it can be he. He or she has 10 acres of land. All right? Okay, let's look at this one. This word is kind of hard, but once you hear it, so this says ginu iti, okay, ginuti, or ginut, or ginuti. Okay, that's a quarter, ginuti. Okay, ulesa, utlawata, utlawatai. Okay. So ginuti is a quarter. Udlawata means a pocket. Udlawata. Udlawatai means, makes it more like a location. Okay. So ulesa, to take something solid out of a container. Okay. So ginuti ulesa udlawatai. So he took a quarter out of his pocket. Okay? So ulesa means to take something solid out of its container. All right? So you could use that for, you know, a pocket. You could use that for taking something out of somebody's purse, taking it out of a bucket, you know, any kind of a container, a box, right? As long as what you're taking out is a solid object, then you can use ulesa, means to remove from a container, to remove something solid from a container, ulesa, okay? Ginuti ulesa udlawatai. Okay? Ginuti ulesa udlawatai. Okay? Took a quarter out of his pocket. Okay? This one says, Hotla tsagise na adayela tursky. Adayela tursky. Okay? Hotla, question word. Where? Tsagise, where did you get? You get, or you got something solid. Okay? Na, the, Adayela Tursky, television. Adayela Tursky is a TV. Okay? So if you were to translate this one, it would say, where did you get the TV? Okay. Hotla jagise na adayala turski. Where did you get the TV? Hotla jagise na adayala turski. Where did you get the TV? So they're not saying where did you buy it. They're saying where did you get it from, you know. Jagise is you get something solid. Okay? Hadla jagise na adayala turski. Okay? All right? So we've only got a few minutes left. So let's do this. So I'm going to leave the words up there, but I took the English off. And let's see if we know the words, okay? We'll start easy and we'll get more difficult. So, Gatohyat, Skohi, Gatohyat, Skohi, or Skohi. 10, okay? Gatohyat, Sukta, Gatohyat, Sukta. Sukta, apple. Gatohyat gada. Gatohyat gada. Dirt or land. Gatohyat ginuti. Gatohyat ginuti. Quarter. Gatohyat adayala turski. Gatohyat adayala turski. Television. Gatohyat uwansa. Uwansa. Ripe. Gatohyat ulesa. 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 That means he or she is taking something solid out of a container. Ulesa. Gatohyat iutli lord. Iutli lord. Acres. Gatohyat udesa. Gatohyat udesa. It means to remove a solid object from a hanging position. Udesa. Gatohyat uha. Uha. Means he or she has something solid. Gatohyat jagise. Jagise. That means you got something that's solid. Gatohyat utlawata. Pocket. All right, so you did an excellent job. I hope that you got a lot of good words out of the lesson for today. So when we come back next time, we'll do even more of these sentences dealing with solids. So from all of us here at Cherokee Nation and at RSU TV, I just want to say, Wadong, dong dago ha'e.